When you're running, it's really important to know your limits, and the most important thing with running is always make sure you warm up properly to start with, as that's going to help to loosen up those muscles, to lubricate through your joints, which is going to help you running, because it means you're going to have a freer range of movement through those joints. And also, don't run too fast to start with. Let your body warm up and then naturally increase your pace the further into your run that you go. So when you want to start building your distance up with running, the most important bit of advice that I can give you is just start slowly. Don't worry about doing miles, just focus on just doing minutes and just build it up. The most common mistake people make is they try and run too fast, too quickly, too soon, and then they get injuries. So the best thing is just take it easy, and you'll see quickly after each run, next time you're able to run that a little bit further. It's really important when you're running to listen to your body, and if you feel any aches and pains, then it is important to stop. Never ever run through it, as then you can make an injury worse and then you'll be off running for a lot longer. As soon as you feel an injury when you're running, it is really important that you stop. Do not run through it, and if it's an ongoing problem, I definitely recommend that you go and see a doctor. When you're running, one of the most important things to do is really make sure that you invest in a good pair of running trainers, as we all have our own what's called running gait. So I definitely recommend to go along to running shoe shop specialists and just make sure that you're fitted with the right running trainers. If you wear the wrong running shoes for your running gait, then what can happen is your joints are out of alignment, and then it's very easy to then generate injuries. It's really important when you run to always warm up, and there are lots of different variations that we can do for warm-ups. You could simply literally walk for a couple of minutes, slowly increasing that pace, as that's going to help loosen up all those joints. Or you could simply just march on the spot to start with, because what that's going to do, that's going to help increase what we call the synovial fluid through the joints, which is then going to lubricate the joints. You're also going to start increasing your core body temperature, which is then going to warm through the muscles. Another really good dynamic warm-up is where we literally just extend the opposite arm to the leg, and this way here we're really going to quickly increase that core body temperature, so we're then ready for running. If you get a running injury, the most important way to respond to it really quickly is straight away apply an ice pack on that area, as what that's going to do is that's going to slow down the blood flow to that area, so it's going to help prevent any swelling, any inflammation. It's also going to reduce any bruising, and also it's going to numb the pain. 24 hours after that injury, you then want to apply the heat therapy, as what that's going to do is then increase that blood flow back to that area, which is then going to help with the healing of that injury, and it's also going to help soothe away any pain. Thera is great because you can use it both as ice therapy and as heat therapy as well, so you can then help prevent that injury from worsening, and then you can help heal it with the heat therapy afterwards. Thera is great as you can use it for both ice therapy as well as heat therapy. For ice therapy, you would keep this in the freezer for 2 hours, and then you take it out and then you apply it to that injured area for 20 minutes. For heat therapy, you would then place this in the microwave for 30 to 40 seconds, and then you place that on the injury for 20 minutes. You can use the Thera heat pads prior to a run, especially this is so good if you've had an injury, say an Achilles tendon injury. You can just apply the warmth there. What that's going to do is then that's really going to increase the blood flow to that area, making sure that muscle is properly warmed up. It's also really good if you've got shin splinters, again, just applying that, as that heat through there is just going to increase the blood flow to the surface, warming up those muscles.